Oh, right. I got to turn on the thing that makes this look good. This one? Nope. This one. That's the one. That makes it look good. There we go. Let's turn off this one that's like flashing and not picking up the signal. All right. I need to turn this Saturn off and get it out of the way. Oh. You know what I almost did for the pre-stream intro? I almost did that Limelight song. Because now I know it doesn't VOD mute. I know it doesn't VOD mute. Here, I'll play a little snippet of it so you can hear it. I'll be going back to Perfect Dark Zero and finishing it soon. Anne, welcome. Welcome. We're going to play some Commodore 64 games. Some of them. Do I want to play Doc the Destroyer first? I want to play its music, at least. It's got such good music. One song is all it needs, too. I thought about doing, what's it called? I thought about doing Dark Secrets of Africa tonight. And, you know, here's the thing. This is what Doc the Destroyer's song is supposed to sound like. This is the real version. But when I play it on NTSC, which is faster, about 16% faster. So when we play it, we get the faster version of the music. God, love the Commodore 64. Beyond all imagination. The best part of the Doc the Destroyer theme is the it's almost in the background. It's that high portamento instrument. That woo, almost like a saw or a theremin. Would you like to cheat? No. Keyboard. I don't have the joystick plugged in because I didn't know what port I was going to need it on. We'll just do this. This is fine. You fight the warrior. It's a bit quiet, isn't it? What's the button to turn around? There it is. Doing extremely risky, high risk strats here. Audio is sounding nice tonight. It's nice and present. Getting good levels. Listen to the high part. The high, ethereal sound. here. So good. So good. What an excellent game. Doc the Destroyer, everyone. Crossmaster T16000M. Flight stick. God, why would you play Descent with anything but, like, a keyboard and maybe like keyboard and mouse? No. No, you want like mostly keyboard, yeah. Playing it with a HOTAS is like recipe for disaster. Too many degrees of freedom. Let's play this for real. Let's plug in the joystick. Is it port 1 or port 2? I think this is port 1. I want to say this is port 1. Yeah, let's turn off your Commodore 64 before you plug the joystick in. This is good practice, especially if you're plugging into port 1. I'm certain there must be a good game on the Commodore 64 somewhere. Doc the Destroyer is a good game. I'm going to play this for a little bit to warm up. Need to warm up my Commodore 64 sensibilities, you see. Just absorb the energy of Doc the Destroyer. Don't want to cheat. We do want to joystick. Good. We got the joystick working. I'm going to go turn. I always ask this. When you decrease the temperature, are you turning your air conditioning up or down? But let's get started with this. I don't think we need much strength and endurance. We're going to be a gentlemanly caveman here. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Let's fight the warrior. You fight the warrior. Oh, good point. Maybe you turn air conditioning up and you turn your thermostat down. There's not just cavemen in this. I like that wink. I like the wink that Doc does when he punches. Oh, I'm not talking about actually, like, how you would set it up, Reg. I'm talking about, like, why you'd want to do it in the first place. Descent with a flight stick is just, like, it's a little messed up, because flight sticks don't have, like, a HOTAS doesn't have, it doesn't have enough controls to allow you to do strafing easily. So, like, you can get around the Descent world, but you'll be playing at a disadvantage, or you'll have some controls which are unintuitively mapped. For example, does moving the stick left and right yaw or strafe? What control is for lateral rotation, right? Because you have 3 different controls that need to bind to the left and right axis of some kind. And for example, in the X52 Pro, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the X56. get an image. Okay, okay, that's... Alright, hat stick is reasonable for strafing. I do recall using that for, I guess, like... I don't know. I just don't like... I don't like stick rotation. And that's the only, like... Like, here's the thing. Stick rotation for rotation doesn't make a lot of sense. And, stick rotation for yaw feels awful to me. So, even with stick rotation, I do not like playing games like Descent that require it. So you can use one of the thumbsticks for yaw control, but then you have, then you don't have yaw control at the same time that you do lateral movement for strafing. Unless you're using both thumbsticks on the, you only have one thumb. You don't have, or you have to use both hands and both thumbs at the same time, which also doesn't feel great. That's true. Stick rotation, right, Gangrel, but using your hands and using your hands and both thumbs to control movement is a huge chore. it's incredibly taxing and unenjoyable for me. Right? So you end up with something that doesn't work great. Either way. That's my opinion. If it works for you, that's great. I just, for games that require all of those things in constant application, I tend to prefer, like, keyboard controls, keyboard and mouse controls even. Although for Descent, I don't know how useful that is because of the sluggishness of the ship. Oh, I can close this down, can't I? Yeah. Anyway, Doc the Destroyer. Dana, welcome. Hello, Dana. You flee in panic, carrying only a club, backpack, and 5 silver groats. The shaman calls after you. You shall not reach the city before we hunt you down. Give up now and save yourself shame. You run. Gritting your teeth, you vow to save the rubble runners, despite the shaman's curses. If you can prevent the water from rising, they will honor you as a hero. You hear a cry of pain. Through the mossy ruins, a blood-stained acolyte staggers, the stub of an arrow in his thigh. Behind him, a bounty hunter swings his sword. Attack! Taking the safe strat here. We only have 3 health, so. How's it going, Dana? How are you? How are things going with, Game Maker? I gotta take a look at some of that code you sent me. Check my moves. There's that kick. It doesn't do anything. Doc is happy now. From the bounty hunter's corpse, you retrieve a steel sword and 2 groats. A groan comes from behind you. The acolyte has fallen, but all else seems well. No bounty hunters are in sight. Blood bubbles at the lips of the acolyte as you kneel beside him. He grips you by the arm and gasps. The tower, lower the shield. We can escape them. Safe outside. The high priest's key. A sudden spasm and he dies. You leave the dead for the night hounds. While they feast on the dead, they leave the living alone. You're in the ruins. All around you are the crumbling remains of buildings. There's a broken roadway to the left, while in the distance, you can see the energy dome and the city wall. this should be a pretty long stream of good games. Oh, speaking of joysticks, you know what I want to get? I want to get the fucking Cyber Stick. Because I might have a line on a new toy, and I want to have a Cyber Stick for it eventually. Gotta get a $200 keyboard first, though. There's also a manhole through which you could explore underground. We're gonna explore. Explore. You're outside a well-preserved stone building. Enter. Great musty stacks of old books tower to the ceiling. Warily creeping through them, you see an old man with a wild gray beard, a large cloak, and skin painted with strange symbols. He carefully empties books from a backpack onto the floor and arranges them into piles. Try to talk. The old man welcomes you. He tells you of his life and the wonders the priesthood has achieved. Overnight, it is said, they raised the shield. I have studied it most of my life, and I believe only the priests know enough to cancel the mighty energies. You tell him of the rising waters. He leads you into a cellar filled with ancient artifacts and shows you a powered exoskeleton fashioned from green metal rods. This is my finest discovery. I gift it to you. The exoskeleton raises your strength by 5 when worn. The hermit says, we may not escape the waters while the shield stands. The Tower of Knowledge is where your quest may succeed. I am too old to help, but I give you a gift which will help. It is a map of the city, and it will tell you where to find what are called transmats. Transmat Park. You enter an overgrown park where dead trees are matched by newer, more fantastic growths. Fat fruits hang from the branches. In the far distance, you see the towers of a fort. In the center of the park is a colored hexagon and an ancient corroded sign, which cannot be read. You eat a ration and rest while you decide which way to go. You could eat one of the obviously poisonous fruits. Yeah, Cyber Stick. Cyber Stick is the a very early HOTAS for the Sharp X68000. Step on hexagon. Unpocketing the fragile priest map, you check the reference symbols on the map and work out your choices. The park. Old library. Sewer. Unknown destination. Let's go to the old library. You're outside a well-preserved stone building. Enter. The chamber echoes to the chants of the assembled priests. You are relieved to discover that the high priest's transmat is hidden by drapery. Robes of varying orders hang on hooks. Deciding that a middle rank would be best, you don the robe and hooded like the others. You join them in the high chamber. Joining a row of gray-robed supplicants, you wait to kiss the golden key and receive Agathak's blessing. Ahead, the priests in the queue unhood their robes. You are horrified to see that, like Agathak's, the gray robes have gray-black slugs attached to their neck. A break in the queue ahead allows you to avoid discovery and try to enter the tower. Slip away. You steal a meal and narrowly avoid the night patrols. Ahead, you see a service entrance that will take you to the high chamber, thus avoiding the tower. Avoid tower. You scuff along the cobblestones in the dark alleyway. Suddenly, a swarthy, long-haired brigand pushes you into the wall. Watch where you're going, you motherless toad. His knife thrust forces you to fight. Hayes, what's up? Uh-oh, mutant. He got me. Wink, wink. As a foul-smelling brigand steps away, you realize that he has mortally wounded you. Your last feelings are of frustration at the cruelties of fate. Blackness closes over you. As you die, you feel despair. Who will save your people? This character is dead, but another hero may come from the rubble to save the city beneath the dome. Yeah, he's real happy. When he smiles, he kind of reminds me of like late era movie making Steven Seagal. Something I want to check real quick here, which is there's a button you can hit There's a button you can hit to see your, like, stats and stuff in your inventory. I think it's one of the function keys. Yeah, this is the strat, is like corner these guys and just like punch them a lot. Look at that. Just generated. Generated. You flee in panic, etc. Let's see, F1? Oh, you might have to be at a prompt. F1.
My God, that's fantastic.
Ex Mortis, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, raiders. How did the remainder of Jedi Knight go? Spiral steps seem impossibly long. Finally, they end in a room at the top of the tower. You see a hexagon in the center of the room.
That's fantastic.
An unmarked transmat. This could be what you need to finish your quest. Hazemaker, thank you for the host. Use
My God,
transmat.
that's fantastic.
Cyraptor, thank you for the host. Just got to the lightsaber, didn't kill anything with it. Excellent. Did you use it for a puzzle yet? Use transmat. You take a last look at the city and step into the transmat. Unfamiliar sights and sounds assault your senses. Green everywhere, and it's quite cold. The city stands faintly golden brown in the morning sun. All about you is life. Trees, birds, possums, deer, fruit. Enough game for everyone to eat well for the rest of their life. With a feeling of depression for failing your quest, you start building a new life in a world just entering spring after a long, hard winter. Alone, and a little insane, you stay by the city until the day you see water in the streets. Then you walk away and never look back. Pressing F1 at that prompt is, might be a little problematic. My favorite dock face is the, like, grimacing one. Punch, 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 punch. Got him. Okay. Does this happen every time if you press F1 twice? Or 3 times? And then hit the button? Yeah, look at that. Ascend tower. You search the room. It seems you are doomed to starvation unless you climb the tower and use the transmat. Will you do it? No. Fully aware you are going insane, you sit and wait. You are amused immensely when the floodwaters drown you before you can starve. Blackness closes over you. As you die, you feel despair. Who will save your people? This character is dead, but another hero may come from the rubble to save the city beneath the dome. Very strange. Like, why does pressing F1 do that? I thought F1 was supposed to be like... It's worth noting you can't do the corner strat on the... You can't do the corner strat on the left-hand side because the dude won't, he moves a little, your guy moves a little bit to the right every time you punch. Hey, BMF. Welcome. Also, welcome, Booyoo Yoon. How are you? No, you can win this game. Chubo has finished this game with a successful finish. Pretty sure. Not return. Is it 1? I thought there was a way to... I thought thought there was a way to get like an inventory and status screen. Now, here's the weird thing is pressing F1 gets you to an end game area from which you cannot escape. And if you haven't done certain quests and set certain flags, you can't win the game from there. Is it the same no matter what screen you press F1 on? Whoa, it just took me directly into a fight with a club man. Let's just take a safe strat, because he's got a lot of health and we don't. You think I'll keep getting more groats? I don't think it actually counts your groats ever. This music is so good, though. Hi, Breakfast Secrets. Welcome. You flee in panic, carrying only a club backpack and 5 silver groats. The shaman calls after you, etc., etc. We're back at the beginning. What if we push F1 on this option? And then push F1 again, and then press a key. Oh, we're back to this fight. Except the fight is even harder now. I think F1 is supposed to take you to your inventory, but there's something broken. Oh yeah, we're gonna corner this guy. Get punched, get generated. Oh. There's the good face.
My God, that's fantastic.
MP83, thank you for the host. Welcome. I don't think you're supposed to press F1. Hold on though. Let's go out of the game for a second. And let's look at the NFO. Does this have instructions? How do I... Cursor F keys to scroll, other to quit. I thought there's a way to, like, view this as a... view this as, like, a proper text file, but I guess not. It doesn't have instructions on it. Speaking of good music, gotta play around to this as well. Jack Alien. Innocent. Just fire button. Oh, hell. Port 2. Hayes, tell me about safety and changing joysticks while the Commodore is on. It's not safe, right? Like, it's never safe, even with the safest of joysticks. Come on, FaZe. Come on. We don't want to dwell on that. That's online gaming. Sid and 2 CIAs, yeah. Press fire button. All right, here we go. Fighters. Yes, Dana. There's no spiders. I feel cheated. Oh, shit! Dana stream. I will be there. I forgot to load an arrow. I went looking for spiders without an arrow loaded. With the arrow. There we go. I'm gonna put that on my calendar as soon as I'm done with this round. Oh shit! Dana birthday streams. Shit. Yes. That's the birthday dance right there. Oh, nice. MP. Soon. That's coming up soon. Get him eventually. One of these days. My schedule will probably change, but I cannot hit this B. My schedule will probably change, but my, like, midday... I don't know how to hit the B. I can't hit the B. I'm gonna run out of arrows. I, like, don't even remember the B level because it usually just goes immediately. Oh, he got me. First time dying to the B, I think. But yeah, I can usually tune in at least partly during the day at work. There we go. Got it. This isn't Doc the Destroyer. This is Forbidden Forest. Whoops. Nope. There's one. Frog. What a good game. What a good game. I'm not going to play it all the way through. It usually takes a while. We've all seen this before. It's a great game, though. Excellent game. Cannot recommend it enough. I've heard Beyond the Forbidden Forest is good. Survivor. Bosconian clone with huge ships that you destroy. That sounds kind of neat. Survivor. You know what that reminds me of, though? This game. Oh, right. I gotta... Hold on. I might have to turn off the video for a minute. Because of the, Select... Oh, this is the wrong fucking one. God damn it. I always do this. Doesn't work NTSC? I thought I had it working. You want run. We go. And yeah, we're gonna turn off the thing here. Once this, I think that after this loading screen, it's like, it's the bad stuff. It's like incredibly bad for visual sensitivity. Oh, high score, reset. Mental stimulation, visual stimulation, oral stimulation, Martin Galway, one of my favorite composers. Yeah, like, I'm just watching this out of the corner of my eye, and it's awful. It's awful. It's awful for your eyes. But the music is incredible. Is that the one, Final Technique? I thought it was like Theme of the Ring or something. You know what's funny? Final Technique. Did you know that one of the people involved in that soundtrack, I think maybe like the flautist on that song is James Galway or something? Very famous musician. I don't know if they're related. This music is so good, though. But this is basically like 60 hertz color flashing. Galway at 1L, no third A. Galway. James is Martin's uncle, okay. I played a little bit of Whizball. I'm not a huge fan of Whizball the game, but the music is incredible. Comic Bakery also has incredible music. But yeah, let's see if we can get the game to run. Let's push a button and then turn this back on. We should be safe now. Whizball the game has a couple design flaws. Yeah, we just get the Yeah, I was going to say, Hayes, I think you mean Ocean played Sensible Software. We get the intro, but not the game. You are right about the NTSC patch. That's the important part, though. Oh, you know what? Speaking of Martin Galway, you know what's some fucking incredible music? Not Tebow's Tale, not Tim Jim, Tim. I thought that said. I misread that as Tim's Love for Cricket. Time Combat. Holy shit! Doesn't have a Sid. Fuck. I'm like, there we go. Times of Lore. I'm like, I forgot what I'm fucking doing here. This game. Ocean, U.S. Gold. Danny, you're going to have to improve your run by a minute. Find some skips. Or like... He-Man C64. Is that the one with the incredible faces? So you gotta wait for this. You have to wait for it to carve out the stone. And you get the music. Oh, new health bar. Tell me more. Nemesis the Warlock. That sounds familiar. Yeah, those graphics are incredible. I played it. I played Nemesis the Warlock. I'm getting it confused with like ColecoVision Necromancer or something. Oddly enough, killed guards and jump on their corpses. I'm not remembering that at all. We're going to have to go back to that. This reminds me of Origin music, honestly. Like Ultima 6. This reminds me a lot of Ultima 6. We haven't gotten to the good part yet, though. I should have started a timer. Shit. I should have started a timer. The music hasn't repeated yet, by the way. Atari 800 and C64. Whichever the one is where you grow trees and you have to kill the spiders, and then you have to kill the things that are trying to plant poison on your trees. I believe there was a DOS version, Reg, but it may as well not exist. And here's why. Mind you, the music hasn't repeated yet. This part, here's the best part. This part of the music is procedurally generated. Not just procedurally generated, though. It's procedurally generated and fucking incredible. Just listen. Here's a good one. Gunstar Hero is the PC Engine 8 or 16-bit. Worth noting, this music is completely different than the last time I played this intro. Now it's set to end. This music is set to end after a certain amount of time and like fade out and change between different movements. But if it were not, this would be longer than Tetris. It would be longer than what's that pyramid game or something? Wait. Delta. I'd like to hear that. This might be my favorite soundtrack on Commodore 64. Oh man, Dana, you know that project you were working on? Dana, put it together. You thinking what I'm thinking? You thinking what I'm thinking, Dana? You're thinking what I'm thinking. And then we're back to this. I'm gonna play a game now. I'm gonna play a game. I know, weird, isn't it? Playing a video game on the internet. Playing a game on the internet. Well, we're going to be doing some thinking while we play a game on the internet. I find the game. I got to find the right version of the right game. It's not terrorists. Here's the problem. Does anyone know the number? Does anyone know the number for the right one? I bet it's got a SID file. That's the one. Drive on first disk. Wow. Drop my joystick. There is Gordian Tomb. The Gordian Tomb. Hello, dog. Gordian Tomb doesn't continue to play the music while you play the game. Hold on, I need a thing. I need a thing here. Did I not? Oh, I'm not typing right. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Run, stop. Start game. Do you want to reset the high scores? No. Go, start. I love this, like, Talislanta No Elves title screen. They might be powering up. You never know. This is just how you play Tetris. This is what Tetris is all about. This is kind of, you know what this is? You know what we're looking at? You know what we're looking at? On the left, before Commodore 64 Tetris music. On the right, after Commodore 64 Tetris music. Let's play. Couple of notes on this version of Tetris. It does not support moving after you quick drop a piece. So if you quick drop a piece, you can't slide it in. I'd like to make, you know, here's the thing. Here's the thing, folks. I have this thought frequently, all the time. Some pieces of media do not get the support that they deserve from everything else in their, like, if it's a game, right? A game might have unreasonably hot jams. A game may have incredible art, or it may have excellent mechanics, and everything else sucks. This is a rare case of a game that has just incredible music. Incredible music. It's so good. It's one of the best songs on the Commodore 64. And there's a lot of it. And, like, look at the background. Look at the weird art. The, like, almost outsider art of the, like, background and the title screen. Everything else about this game except the game deserves a better game than it got, right? And so, like, when we look at this, what I feel is, I want a Tetris game that does justice to everything else in this. Not just a shitty Tetris clone in the middle of it, right? I want a Tetris, an actual Tetris game that does this justice. Shit. I'm like running out of options here. Put that there for now. And so that's my conundrum, right? Is like, I wish I was like an incredibly good developer so that I could give games the game that they deserve. Oh, that's a terrible idea. Let's do this, I guess. I'm like backing myself into a corner here. This. That's a mistake. At least I know when I'm making mistakes, folks. This is okay. I can do that. That's safe. No, you can't do that rotation. There we go. That looks a little nicer now. Do this. Hey, Toe Plan. Just for the music. We're only like a quarter of the way into the music, folks, by the way. I hate it. This. Unorthodox, but it might work. Put that in there. Stack that up. Put that there. Mistake? Making a mistake. I'm extremely lucky on the mistake that I made, but still a mistake. Be easier if I didn't suck at Tetris. Whoops. Nope. I'm screwed. Oh, up and button or something? I hit something that paused it. Spacebar. Okay. Okay, that's something. They made one incredibly good decision with this game, though. If you lose, the music doesn't restart. Or, yeah, it doesn't restart. Shit. Fuck!
I think I'm being followed. What could they want from me?
Astro Dark, thank you for the follow. It's a mistake. I want to hack this game to have, like, power-ups and experience levels and, like, explosions and electricity and fucking nude elves. Nude dwarves. Nude dwarf Tetris. Imagine if I dedicated my life to making nude dwarf hacks of, like, every game. My only goal in this is to, like, keep playing normally. Oh no! Keep playing normally. And to, whoops. This, oh, no! That's probably done me in. I was just saying, my goal is to, like, yeah, I don't have time to, like, you can't turn it. This game ends a lot earlier. So what did I get? 11 minutes? We got about halfway into the game. Please enter your name. There's a brief break. And then it continues where it left off. Look at that. Look at that. I can Gunstar Hero. Mutants. I want the Tetris game that this title screen belongs to. Not whatever this was. They do. They continue. Like, here's the thing. I have a lot of ideas that are very nebulous, right? Is anyone here familiar with the soundtrack to Assault on Precinct 13. Also, hello, Kate Price. Assault on Precinct 13, the soundtrack specifically, is incredible. Absolutely incredible. What an incredible piece of music. Through and through. Every bit of it. And it fits the scenes. It's John Carpenter, right? We all know he's good for it. Now, we're going to save the rest of the soundtrack of Tetris until I can play long enough into the game to hear it all. That's my goal. Hello, Anne. Nude Dwarf Tetris is what was being discussed, where each piece is a nude dwarf in a different sexy pose. With art assets. That's a game that could be made. But here's the thing, right? I want the Tetris game that this title screen depicts. That it isn't. What a good question. There are a number of devs here. I would set aside my wizardry type game to I would set aside my wizardry type game to do nude dwarf Tetris. And I think I have access to the resources to tune it correctly. We need to reach out a little bit. However, we're going to do a couple of things right now. We're going to take a quick break from playing Commodore 64 games. Disk images have changed. This one, ignore. We don't want to save our high scores. I like that it prompts you, though. It doesn't just overwrite your disks if you do anything weird. Now, we're going to do a couple of things here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look up... I'm going to see if I can get this playing. I'm pretty sure it won't get a VOD mute because it's a movie soundtrack. It's a soundtrack kind of thing. We're going to play a little bit of Assault on Precinct 13. Assault on Precinct 13 soundtrack by John Carpenter. Let's see if I can find this on his albums here. Evolution, Ghosts of Mars. That was a thing he did. I might just use YouTube because this is arranged in such a way that it's almost impossible to browse. So we'll just look it up on YouTube instead. We just need the music. Assault on Precinct 13. I'm gonna change my stream title briefly. Let's copy this out into like the game title area. Here, put it there. Fine. Now, little develop exploration. Save that. Perfect. Now, here's what we want. We want Assault on Precinct 13 soundtrack because I want to kind of go through this story. I'm going to tell a story. Here's the theme, right? We got this. It's all analog synthesizers, by the way. We're going to need the desktop game. We're going to need the desktop games scene. Oh, this is off a little bit. Can I get with that? This? Can I swap these lines? There we go. Did some C64 game use this melody? It's very possible. It's a very popular thing. It's a 1976 film. Xenos 2. Now here's the thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually... Yeah, this is... John Carpenter's early stuff is incredibly attractive to musicians, creative folks of all types. John Carpenter was a wizard of the 1970s. Absolutely incredible output. I like his 90s stuff, but maybe not so good. Not so well regarded, we'll say. Now, the question is... can I get this running? Can I get this running? I want to show something off, folks. It's very rare. It's very rare that I'll allow people to look into my creative efforts. But I feel up to it tonight. A rare treat. Now here's the problem. None of this stuff, like, runs out of the box anymore. It takes a little while to try to get this stuff running. But I wanted to play this because this music is what inspired me. And part of what that, like, when I listened to that, right, I got this kind of, there's a way to describe it, right? What happened is it popped into my head, fully formed, this, like, setting and story, not the specifics, but the overall idea, end to end, this kind of object, an artifact. Just from listening to that one day, I was driving somewhere, or was sitting around just relaxing. I wasn't doing anything in particular, nothing especially creative. I wasn't brainstorming. And the interesting thing was that it was just this complete idea, like fully fleshed out in terms of all of the generalities of it. And it's going to sound real stupid when I say it. It's going to sound real stupid when I say it, but the general idea was a game that could have had that as its soundtrack, right? That would have felt natural being the soundtrack to. And part of that, that could be a lot of different games. It actually probably got used for a number of different games, like that Amiga game someone mentioned. We're going to play the music to Mutants while we talk. While we have the fireside chat. Let me load this up here. Mutants. So, turn this down a little bit. So, the idea itself was basically science fiction Serpico as a game. As an action game. I gotta find where I put this. Now, as part of that, and in keeping with my kind of, right, maybe it's in, no. I thought I had a folder called, like, work. Here we go, games.work. There we go. I probably can't run this remotely. Let's put this in the... Let's put this here. This should be... Oh, no, that's all the files. This music is going on a journey. But so... Just from that, the Assault on Precinct 13 main theme, I had this idea, and in keeping with my general approach of making game development titles stupid enough that they cannot be used for like final final versions. I named it, the working title was Moon Cop. I gotta figure out how to run this shit. Because these are all like, I don't have executables of this. Because they're all in, these are all in like Torque game engine files. I have the Torque install files. Do I have Torque? No. I don't have Torque Game Builder installed. Torque Game Builder 172? Let's just install this right now. So yeah, Moon Cop, right? So Moon Cop was a story that takes place on Earth's moon sometime in the future, and the like short version of it is there's like a conspiracy. The police department becomes corrupt. A cop tries to expose the corruption and then gets like sold out. And so the whole idea is like that's where the story departs a little bit from the close. Oh, you can't fucking... Do I have my registration key in here? I do not have my registration key in here. Load without it? Okay. Loads that up. Close all tabs. Unable to open project. Trial version 0 days left. I must have installed this before. I don't know what my registration key is. But the idea was that at the point after the like betrayal, it turns into a more of a like action story, right? So you use the setup of the game to like you use the initial like setup as a tutorial, and then after the like betrayal happens, that's when you have the that's when you go into kind of the like main action portion of the game, and you have like the main stuff, right? And the idea of like the gameplay itself was kind of like a cross between Grand Theft Auto 1 and Quarantine, I guess, is the only way I can describe it. Or like Traffic Department 2192. Let's see if I have this in here. Search for torque. Torque information. That's my login information. That might work. Let's see if I can still get my, like, registration key from, let's see if I can still get my registration key from Torque Games. Torque Games. Torque Game Builder. Game Builder. Torque 2D Garage Games. Here we go. Login. Potential security risk. Accept the risk. Let's go. Back. Forward. Back. Come on. Login. Login. Yeah, like their certificates and shit have expired. Ah, here we go. Let's try this. Registration key, register. Okay, open. I got it. Folks, I got it. Wait, shit. Cancel. I need to put the files into the correct place now. Copy here. This is the other track on Mutants. This is good stuff. Three Bozak Draconians ready to be hurled. That fucking blew my mind when it generated that. I didn't tell it that they were to be hurled at all, but I put them in there. Okay. Alright, it's done copying all the stuff over to the local drive. Let's check this now. See if we can open any of these projects. They might be in 173, so I'll have to reinstall that. Let's check. Let's check. We've got this one. Okay. Wants me to sign up for an email address.
I think I'm being followed. What could they want from me?
Satorio12, thank you for the follow. Let's see if we can capture this. Let's see if we can capture this in like a window capture. But this isn't... This is like a wrong one, though. This is like an old one, I think. This might be a newer one. We'll try this. What are we capturing? We're capturing Torque Game Builder. Here we go. Here we go, folks. This is not capturing very well. Let's see if it runs. Play scene. No? Yes? No? Okay, here we go. Here we go. We need to capture a different thing now. TGB game. Here we go. And what did I make the controls? Click. Is it looking for joystick input? Yeah, it's looking for joystick input. What are the controls? That shoots something. That shoots missiles. Here we go. You got a little machine gun. The shields and stuff. This is just doing like engine test stuff. Missiles should impact, yeah. There's like these lasers. And I think eventually the shields run out. This might be the version where there's like no health. Extremely early version. But, yeah, this is basically an engine test. The shield effect is non-existent. Well, that's that one. Unable to open project. Okay. Some of these don't open. Some of them do, some of them don't. There's like a lot of there's a lot of copies of this stuff in here. To see which one's which. This one might work. This one might be the good one. Interesting. Music's supposed to be faster. All right. Do we have? Here, we have this. Yeah, there were two different things. This enabled. I think This is like an extremely debugged version of it. There we go. This one actually has the like values for shields and shit. So when the shields run out, shields stop working. And then when a ship dies, it just automatically teleports to another location. There's like energy. The energy, none of this stuff's balanced. And like your shields regenerate, but your health doesn't. There's a cool effect that plays there, but maybe, hold on, maybe we can do game capture of this. Let's see. See it? Yeah, the strong zoom in when you kill a ship. Little trails on the missiles and stuff. A lot of this is based on like the dynamic stuff you can do. God damn it. It's almost impossible to like see the ship explosion when it happens. But it's based on, oh, there we go. There was a nice one. But it's based on the like dynamic systems that are in like particle systems that are in Short Game Builder. This one, load and run. No, these are in the later version of the engine, and like having two versions of the engine installed it's almost impossible. So the idea was to take an engine like that, top down, fly a ship around kind of thing, and to turn that into a story-based single-player game in which you follow this. Basically, it's basically like Serpico into RoboCop. First third of the game is like the standard Serpico story. Second 2/3 of the game is like kind of Count of Monte Cristo revenge story, and just like you do the tutorials, and it's like, okay, we want you to go out on this patrol mission, blah blah blah. You like start uncovering evidence of like this corruption and this other shit that's going on, and then it's like that culminates with your partner betraying you. You get like left for dead, and then you like, instead of just the like standard patrol cars they were letting you drive in the like first part, instead they like, as soon as you complete that section, like the first third of the game, which is a bunch of like action scenes and stuff, you know, stamping out crime and stuff like that, you realize the corruption. And then after the betrayal part, it's like, oh, I need to get revenge on these people. And to do it, you get basically the like the Mad Max custom interceptor or whatever it is, Last of the Interceptors kind of car. It was like customizable type of car that you like add weapons to, and like you can upgrade incrementally as you go through the game. That's the idea there, anyway. But never came to fruition. It I did a lot of design work and a lot of like story concept stuff for it. I did a lot of engine development, and then like pretty much as quickly as that happened, Torque Game Builder became like basically completely deprecated. I would have had to rebuild the engine and something else, and like have to redo most of the work. The person I was working with, who was doing a lot of the art for it, they like moved away, and like some stuff happened. They weren't available to do that kind of stuff, so it ended up being I ended up having to abandon the project, unfortunately. But it was it was very interesting to work on. It was very creatively satisfying, and I continue to like kind of chase that idea of like that stimulation. So anyway, that's a little side story of like me and video game development hobby. Let's get back to some Commodore 64 games. Oops, that's not what I want. I want what are we gonna play? What are we gonna play? Duke Gaiden. What are we gonna play next? Let's play a little Mutants. Well, why not? While we're here, while we're right here, and we've got the tape ready to go. Let's see what this Mutants game is all about. But yeah, so after that, there were a couple of ideas we kind of explored. One was a top-down twin-stick shooter. Like docks before running the game. No. Off. Fire. Mutants. A top-down twin-stick shooter type game that the concept of that was... Oh, what? Ship. How do I go? Music. Oh, here we go. Oh, neat. This is pretty neat. Oh, wait, can I just... No, those are walls. All right. So one of the concepts was a top-down twin-stick shooter, which the setting for that one was a kind of oh, am I selecting like weapon? And then this is go. Oh, I'm in space now. Is this like mini games? Oh. Oh. Okay, now I've got a gun. Good. Guess you can't destroy the green? Encoding overloaded. Hold on a second. Yeah, those were off. C64. Mutants. Yeah, okay. Yeah, go. What? Oh, I kept, like, hitting the button too much. I guess each different sector is a different type of, like, minigame. Cell type. Glycosidic abundamide. Pick up the yellow brick and get... Whoa, Nelly. Oh, whoops. I just fucking died 3 times in a row. Let's try this one. Oh, that's a directional indicator. Fuck. Get away from me. Is that pointing towards the enemy? This, right? Yeah. Oh boy. Get back to the pad. Stop on the pad. Just stop on the pad. I can't shoot you on the pad. Oh no! Oh right, twin stick shooter. So it's a top-down twin stick shooter that conceptually I had planned to make. I don't understand why these kill me sometimes and don't. Others. That I'd planned to make the theme for it. Fuck that. I planned to make the theme for it. Divine comedy. A divine comedy. I thought it was funny. But, the idea was like, yeah, who would make an action game based on divine comedy? Oh, sometimes that kills you. And then like literally like after a month of planning and stuff, after like a month of work or so, EA announced their Dante's Inferno game. And like the other guy who was working on it with me, he and I looked at each other, and we had both worked at EA prior, and we're like, shit, man, we're gonna have to get those chips removed from our head. We're gonna have to get those chips taken out, because otherwise EA is just gonna steal all of our ideas every time. Oh, something X-rated game. Why do I feel like X-rated game isn't? Wait, what was the I keep doing this. I keep hitting the like back button and not Necromancer. Wait, what's the game with the life bar? Nemesis the Warlock. There we go. Nemesis the Warlock. Now, what was funny is, several months after that, I was working on a project, and part of the project was an integration with PlayStation Home. Anybody remember PlayStation Home? Now, PlayStation Home was in beta at the time, and originally, unlimited spit fiery acid. Oh, start at screen. Push down. No. So, PlayStation Home was in beta, and on what's called SP Int, the internal Sony network for PlayStation. First, on SP Int, or Spint, called it. The end user license agreement for PlayStation Home had the passage from Divine Comedy, or it might be Inferno. It had the passage starting with, it's like basically like it's all normal end user license agreement stuff. All normal end user license agreement stuff. I gotta change the game name. And then at the end, it gets to the end of the legalese stuff. And if you scrolled all the way down, it ends the legalese stuff. And then it says, through me you pass into the city of woe. And that whole thing. Let me see if I can find it. I'll read it out. Through me you pass into the city of woe. No. Yeah, here we go. So, and I'll indicate where it ended off, right? Because it had quite a lot of it. So, it's like, it's like blah, 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 you accept these terms, and blah, 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 has the right to do this, and such, and then blah, 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 period, double space, through me you pass into the city of woe, through me you pass into eternal pain, through me among the people lost, for I, Justice, the founder of my fabric moved, To rear me was the task of power divine, supremest wisdom and primeval love. Before me these things create were none, save things eternal, and eternal I endure. All hope abandon, ye who enter here. Welcome to PlayStation Home. So I sent Sony a bug report on this, and I was like, hey, you've got a whole bunch of lines from Dante's Inferno in here. You might want to remove that before you promote this. And they're like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's only on the internal network. That file is pulled from a network-sensitive location, so if you read that on the production network, NP it's called, you read that on the production network, it won't say that. And I was like, well, okay, we don't have accounts for NP yet anyway, so we can't test it. We can only test that once you promote this build to production and tell us that we can test it in production. So, I don't know, about 3 weeks later, we've got our accounts. We can test it in production. So the first thing I do, of course, is boot it up. The first thing it shows you is the end user license agreement. So I scroll all the way down to the bottom, and sure enough, there's the lines from Inferno. Yeah, Inferno, Canto 3. I'm like, you fuckers. Like, this is live. It's too late now. You fucked it up. Alright, Nemesis the Warlock. Push button. Push space. Okay. The death of Torquemada. Well, you vile alien, so you think you can beat the Grand Master of Termite? Fuck! Is that my health bar? I have never played this before, by the way. Is my health bar a fucking hand crushing a heart? Oh, what was that? I have defeated you, Warlock. I can now cleanse the galaxy of all alien presence, and your banished soul will only live in my dreams. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's a heart in a hand. And then as you take damage, it, Dude, what the fuck, OBS? Encoding overloaded. What? Gimme. Oh, no. Died. I don't think I played this, Dana. I don't think I did. I think Mortis might have played this. Oh. Bullets. Bullets. Oh, I thought I was... Chubo played this for a while. Okay. What the fuck is going on with... What the fuck is going on with, OBS? Spacebar. Oh shit, I can spit fiery acid. I think those guys are, Yeah, what the fuck is going on with OBS? Give me a fucking stats. Tools. No. No. View. Stats. Yeah, why am I dropping, like, huge chunks of frames at once? thousands of frames at once. No network drops. It's all due to rendering lag. What is up? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what is up. Tell me about what is using GPU. OBS, RGBX, Firefox, DWM, blah, 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 that. Yeah, none of this shit should be using any, like, major GPU stuff. Here. Set that. System's grabbing some stuff, but nothing crazy. Script isn't going nuts. Oh, script is going nuts. Script, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're dying because Lurk died. Okay. We can fix that. We can fix this. We can fix this. Why it's trying to do this more than once, I don't fucking know, but there we go. That should be fixed now. Let's try playing the game again. It was happening when I was playing the game. Is there anything I can do to these corpses to make them not, like, kill me? It's like Rebel Runner Digital Code where, like, once you get a, ranged weapon, you can't switch back. I continue? No. What's going on in the bottom right? Fuck. Can I go if I go to the top right, maybe? Do I have to spit fiery acid on the like dudes with the hooks? Maybe? Yeah, it feels like Jank Joust. Yeah, you can fucking disintegrate them. But then another one just spawns immediately. I don't get it. I don't get it. The kill counter under your hand. Does it go up or down? 25. 24. 23. 21. Oops, missed. Oops. I don't know what causes the, like, invincible dudes to spawn. God, this is impossible. This is fucking impossible. This game is literally impossible. God. The gun ammo doesn't stack, so you only grab one, shoot it all, and then get rid of it. Interesting. I have a bunch of shit on here. I want to figure this out. this fucking one chip MSX on the Turbo Chameleon I want to figure out. But in order to do that, you need a thing. You need a FAT16. You need a FAT16 SD card. Fuck. How many Super Herns do you need? Jeez. 5 of them. I like to pop in, and when I'm like, hey, I wonder what, like, surgery adventure oh, no music. No music. Do you know what the number is, MP? Yeah, Kick ROM. That's for the Amiga stuff. Can I actually hit the update here? Okay, we'll check. Does the music sound like this? Does the music sound like Ride of the Valkyries and that's the only music in the game? Okay, there we go. Wonder why WinLurk sometimes crashes entirely. Very strange. Spacebar. Spacebar. Fire button. F7 to start. There goes the fucking encoding shit. Whoops. Weren't other people having problems with OBS today? Like, I gotta wonder what the fuck is... Oh. What the hell is going on? So this isn't Nemesis the Warlock. This is Survivor. Okay, we can go through here. We can run into the... Oh, it spawned me inside the wall. It's something. Okay, so this is the big base you destroy. Ugh. God damn it, collision detection. Come on. Like, wasn't, like, both Mortis and Macaw having problems with OBS today? Did they, like, sneak out an OBS update? I wouldn't call it any kind of perfect, MP. This is an interesting game, though. It reminds me of, Oops, All Bugs update version. Yep, there it goes again. Seamus. Yeah, it's a character in Murgatroyd on NES. Oops. Well, if I needed really precise controls, I'd play a different game. Ah, get it? Get it? It is interesting, though. It is interesting. There's the like The weird momentum stuff is kind of makes it very difficult, but I imagine that you get used to that. Is anyone here like huge RPG aficionado who hasn't seen Centauri Alliance? Oh man, Centauri Alliance. This might be a crack trail. Not the actual game. Our piggies. This takes a minute. This does not have a fast loader. This does not have a fast loader. Good night, Goat Center CX. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. It's still loading. Here we go. In the year AD 2214, in the system Alpha Centauri, 6 races formed a historic alliance.
I think I'm being followed. What could they want from me?
Their dream, peace throughout the galaxy. Eskimos 2068, thank you for the follow. Today, less than 3 decades later, that dream has become a living reality. Broderbund Software presents a Michael Cranford game. Might recognize his name. Centauri Alliance. Product manager, credits. So here we go. Here's the game. It's loading from disk. That's how it really looks, Dana. This is not an emulation issue. It is pretty dumb. It's loading from disk, folks. This is how long it really took back in the day. Nope, this is an NTSC game. NTSC native. Running on NTSC. There's 1 column of pixels available on the right-hand side. I wouldn't imagine the Apple II version would load any faster. Insert roster disk and press a key. So now we need to go get roster disk 1. This one. And CPM M. Next disk. Back. Insert roster disk. Press a key. I thought I switched it. We can just do this. Just mount this. Mount. Oh, is it a different? Oops. Is it a different roster disk that we need? Maybe this one. First disk. Press a key. Here we go. Reading the disk. Okay, here we go. Copy roster disk. Begin in Luna base. There are versions of this with fast loads, but they're not compatible with the Turbo Chameleon for some reason. I could also put the Turbo Chameleon in turbo mode, and the loads would be sped up as well, but I could probably, like, if there's a fast load cartridge that works with regular disc-based games, I could probably connect that. Turbo Chameleon has a full cartridge library. Was this game... What were the keys in this game? Some of the keys did stuff. I played Jumpman. I have not. Oh, it's still loading. Hold on. I'll wait for it to finish loading. It loaded in the graphics. Okay, here we are. Welcome to Alliance headquarters. Create. What race are you interviewing for? Somebody give me a letter. One of the 6 letters displayed. A. We got A is the first one. Arcturan. We'll do male. I don't think it changes the thing. So you push buttons and it like re-rolls. Arcturian skills, psionic or combat. We'll take psionic, I guess. Space. Select a skill for pre-training. Mind. What is the name of this applicant? Brain Lord. Oh, so band. Brain Lord. You need to remember the name. Because if you didn't remember the name, you can't load your character. Alright, so Brain on there. Exit. I believe we press 1. We can look at Brain Lord. Yeah, look at that. There's Brain Lord there. I'm probably gonna have to reboot OBS because it's fucked up for some reason. How long have I been live? Only 2.5 hours. I've only been live 2.5 hours. Yeah, so there's your Arcturan. Insects with guns. So, if this looks familiar, The reason for it is this is basically Bard's Tale in space. It is so Bard's Tale, in fact. It's so Bard's Tale. No. That oh, not activate. One of these things gives me like an overhead map. There we go. View map. It's so Bard's Tale, in fact, that it like allows you to import characters from Bard's Tale. It also allows you to import characters from Might and Magic. Allows you to import characters from Ultima 1 through 3. It allows you to import characters from Wizardry 1 through 3 as well. And it so what it does is it maps. It has a map for each of those games. That it maps the character's race, class, stats, and items to equivalent things in Centauri Alliance. So what would be a super cool thing to do, I think, is, and it's wild that like they even had that, right? It would be really cool. Here's combat. Combat's a little different. We're fighting two Danab pirates in the space station for some reason. But wouldn't it be cool if, like, you did a thing where, like, you do a run-through of each of those series of games? Bard's Tale, Might and Magic. Probably just the first games, right? You do Bard's Tale, you do Might and Magic, you do Wizardry. It might support others as well. God, this is fucking... I'm getting real mad at OBS right now. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to close down... I'll be right back. I'm going to close OBS. I'm going to stop streaming. I'm going to close OBS. I'm going to restart OBS. I'm going to hope that it stops having these bizarre issues that I cannot diagnose. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.